Enjoy your meeting.
So much.
I'm so glad everybody's...
Just a reminder, today's meeting is being recorded.
Hey everybody, it's Angela Lehman of Living Well Now Leadership, and I am just grateful that we have technology that brings us all together from around the United States and sometimes even around the world. These Wednesday Wisdom calls, I think, have been really helpful to our team as we're learning from each other some of the best skills and tools to use in growing our Young Living businesses. And today will be no exception to that. We are blessed and honored to have Aaron Lehman and Sarah Leone, my esteemed brother and sister-in-law, and also my partners in crime when it comes to having lots of fun. They are silver leaders in Young Living with a strong background in connections and networking and just being all-around friendly people. And they've taken that expertise to a whole other level by plugging into some really key strategies for using social media, specifically Facebook, to really bring their networks together. And it's been so cool to watch them these last months really bring some great insight to how we can best use Facebook to not overwhelm people with our details and our products and our passion for Young Living, but really build relationships and focus on bringing value to people. So Aaron and Sarah, congratulations, first of all, on being amazing people. And second of all, so excited that you could join us today.
Thanks so much, Ange. I appreciate it.
Yep, thank you for your kindness. It's good to be here and excited to share with everybody and just to be on the learning journey as really we're all taking a leap of faith every day as we grow our skills in sharing our passion with the world. So it's fun to be here.
Awesome. So let's start out with 3 keys. Would you say what 3 keys have been part of your Young Living oily success so far?
All right, I'll chime in first on the 3 keys that I've found has been just the daily dropping in. And just being clear on what I'm going to do. We joke over here. We talk about different hats, and you've got like the prospecting hat. You've got the business builder support hat. You've got the personal development hat. You have the promoting and inviting to workshop hat, and I'm sure I could come up with a couple more but those are a few hats that just popped to my mind. And so just being really clear on a daily basis when I do put on a hat that I know which hat I'm putting on, because sometimes if I'm thinking about all 4, 5, 6 hats that really are necessary to put on as we grow our business, it can be overwhelming. So I just try to focus on, all right, right now, the next hour, I'm just going to have fun doing personal development and dive into this audio book. Or right now, I'm going to, switch hats and I'm going to become prospecting guru on my Facebook and just be a connector and be inspiring to people that I'm connecting with. So that's the one piece, is just the daily dropping in and being clear on like those hats and really being intentional on each of those avenues, instead of like doing all of them a little bit for 30 seconds or 5 minutes each. I just think like dropping in for 20 minutes per hat, depending on what your hours are looking like, can be really huge. That's been a huge key.
Cool.
Another big piece is just honestly the personal development piece. It really encourages all of us to really focus on our why and why we're going after this and why this business is important to us and why helping others on the health journey is important to us. So I think the personal development piece is huge because it helps us stay focused. Because guess what? Sarah and I were kind of sad, but laughing earlier. This week we've had a couple people who have said, hey, not ready to jump into the business yet. And even though 2 weeks ago they thought that they were, and so we just in processing, when people are saying, no, I'm not ready, or no, I don't want to learn, just learning how to like realize that has nothing to do with us, that literally that's where they're at, and we love them where they're at, and we don't need to play, be in a rush to get them to be where we want them to be. And so I think that the personal development and listening to all the, the network marketing gurus just helps us learn language and mental thought patterns that really help us like not get overwhelmed and sad for longer than 15 minutes. Like being able to, when somebody says, "Oh, I'm not so into it," okay, that's kind of disappointing. Here's why it feels disappointing. Process for 15 minutes, but then move on, because there's so many people that really want to take their health and wellness to the next level, and we have gifts to offer them. And so not getting stuck on one person saying no. So I think personal development is huge in helping us keep on going. So those would be two that come to my brain right off the front. Sarah, you want to?
Yeah, Sarah, would you pop in with a third one that, maybe that's something else you were prepared to say, but maybe specifically bring in your Facebook expertise?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Facebook, that's definitely one of our other questions that we're going to go through, but just one of our keys of how we've been successful through Facebook is being able to, I would say our major one is being able to be vulnerable and be ourselves, and use Facebook as a positive platform to influence people. And so, and we'll go into more of the specifics with like how-tos with posting and messaging people and relationship building. But a big key to our Facebook success has just been building relationships and building trust.
Awesome. So are there a couple recommendations that you would give to a new business builder?
Yeah, so first of all, my first step would be to find out your why, to start to think about what this business can do for you overall, whether it's a small vision or a big vision or maybe both. Start to develop your why. Start to develop your business story. Follow Sarah Robbins' questions of developing your business story. We can post her questions, her guidelines of how to develop that on the event page after this. But to me, that's such a big part, is finding your why and developing your business story first when you're first getting started, because you'll meet so many people and they'll ask you, "Oh, what do you do?" Or, oh, what are you doing? You sell those essential oils, right? And of course, we all want to say, no, we don't sell anything. We don't want to be salespeople. So what do we say? And that's a huge part in posturing and feeling confident that we have something to offer people, and telling them our whys and why we're passionate is going to communicate so much more than just saying, oh yeah, we're doing it. We have essential oil parties all the time. So really developing your why and getting strong on that.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, just knowing that this network marketing journey, I love when my mom, Deb Lehman, says during the intro to one of the rock classes, I think she just was really honest, like, hey, this is not an overnight success sort of venture. And so really kind of putting on your socks, your shoes, your clothes that are, every day, that are saying, these are courageous clothes. This is not a, find one person and all of a sudden you're making $4,000 a month. It's a relationship journey. Network marketing. We've all heard it on audiobooks, or maybe not, but network marketing, there's work involved. It doesn't just happen to you. So I think for me, I think what Living Well Now has done well is put in place some really great strategies, some really great resources for us to pursue success and to create success for ourselves. And so we're able to offer that to new builders. but also helping new builders realize, like, hey, this is, this is diving in for 4 years. Let's do this. Let's have this. Let's dive in and see what we can create 4 years from now. And just being patient with that process, because relationships aren't 40-second process. It's our strongest builder. I emailed her for 6.5 months, just about life and about answering questions about network marketing, answering questions about essential oils and other Young Living products. 6.5 months, and I had no idea if she'd ever actually order a starter kit, but she finally did, and and I'm sure some of you have the same sort of story. So it's a patience game, it's a relationship game.
Awesome. So it's now a good time to talk about the keys you've used to growing your business via Facebook with some of that 6.5 months of pouring into messages and things like that, Erin or Sarah?
Yeah, definitely. 1 second. Get me back over here.
Those of you who are logged in on the app or the computer, I'm going to share a file with you, an image that I posted in the Facebook event today. This is a slide from our presentation in Michigan in April, and I think this was really helpful. So I'll just put this up, Sarah, as just sort of a background while you're talking, and then you can address it if you'd like to later.
Yeah, so I'll just go over this now, and then there's some really more specific things that I would love everybody to write down. But these are the do's and don'ts of pretty much network marketing in general, but also Facebook too. And so this, I've learned a lot of my tools for Facebook through a few people. If you want to follow them on Facebook to check out how they're doing things, I would suggest writing their names down. One is Chelsea Pearson, and she's in another network marketing company, but she's been my friend since high school, and she's one of the top leaders in her network marketing company. And then I'm not sure how you say this other girl's last name, but Amber Voigt. And some of you may have seen the video, I think, in the Business Builders page with her the other day. So I've learned a lot from her, Chelsea Pearson, and then Haley Hobson as well. She presented at GoPro last year. So anyway, the first do is get in the right frame of mind. Any time before I go on Facebook, or any time, I want to say not all the time, most of the time, 90% of the time before I go on Facebook, or before I go out to a coffee shop to do some oils work, I am in the right frame of mind. I am figuring out what I need to do before I actually hop on my computer to go on Facebook. Because if I don't, then I am just lost and distracted in the Facebook world. So I write down what I need to do. I get in the right frame of mind, whether that's listening to positive music or one of these personal development people, Eric Worre, Randy Gage, some of these people. Also, the don't of that would be don't hide from the world. If we're going out to a coffee shop to do some work or just to hang out or be by ourselves, if our shoulders are down, we're kind of like dressed in a hoodie and yoga pants or sweatpants, we're not in that frame of mind to even speak to people. How can we expect people to want to come up to us and say, wow, you're giving such good energy off. I want to know what you're doing in your life. So I like to think that Facebook is the same way. If you don't come on to Facebook with that sort of energy, with this feeling good energy, how are you going to attract people into your life and into your business who want to do what you're doing? So I called it traction marketing. And that doesn't mean that we have to be, these sparkly, positive people all the time. It also means being vulnerable. But when we're posting vulnerable posts, having a purpose with that vulnerable post, not just a vent. Also, put everyone on your list. So when you're writing your list of 100 people or you're adding to your list daily, don't leave anybody off. Keep adding because you never know who you're going to put on your list that will know somebody, even if they're not interested. I have a story about one of my best friends, Diana. Her mom, I sent her a sample of oils when Erin and I were just hobbying and just kind of using the oils maybe like 5 or 4 years ago or something. And then a year and a half, we decided to do it as a business. Well, Diana's mom, Carrie, didn't think I was doing it as a business a year ago, and she said, "Oh, I bought my kit like last year or something like that, or 8 months ago. I didn't know that you were doing this as a business." And so I never put her on my list. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was scared. So you never know who is going to be interested. Also, take the conversations offline. This is something that I've learned really in the past 6 months. Erin and I have grown probably, I want to say 90-something% of our business through Facebook and through relationship building over Facebook. And but what we've done is we've taken the conversation offline, and that's sending them a message after message number 2 or 3 saying, "Hey, let's chat on the phone. Are you available this date or this date? Or let's have a FaceTime. Let's have a FaceTime coffee hangout, Wednesday or Thursday." And getting it offline is so important because it's really easy, especially on Facebook, for messages to get lost and people to say, "Oh, I'll answer that back later." But you're more likely to keep this conversation going and more likely to sort of close everything up with a phone call afterwards. And also just building trust with people. I think it's so easy to want to post pictures of our kits and talk about the oils every single day on our Facebook. But that's, it's not about getting people to buy kits. And that's the thing that I stress so much, is that it's about building trust with people, and it's about relationships. And it's about you bringing value to other people's lives. So I always say, listen to what people need before sending them a link of any kind. So, for example, with this call, if you sent somebody the link, and said, "Hey, I'd love you to come to this," and or watch this, it's the Business Builders meeting or whatever, and you sent them the link in the message, I would suggest doing it a different way. Or if you just clicked invite and you didn't send them a personal message, I would suggest doing it differently. And my first step is always asking people first, saying, "Hey, I have this call," complimenting them first, going through the Eric Worre 7 steps. "Hey, I think you're amazing, and I love how motivated you are. I see that you ran a marathon last week and you're teaching. I just think it's incredible that you're doing all of that full time. But I think that this would be incredible for you. I really think that you would enjoy learning about this class. It's going to be about this, this, and this." Tell them the benefits of the class. "And would you like me to invite you? Or if I invited you, would you come?" And don't send them a link. Just wait until they respond back. If they say, "Yeah, I would love to come," or, "Oh, I'm not really sure that I'm interested," then you know not to send them the link. Then you're respecting them. So it's really about just listening to people and going slow. That was really hard for me, is to go slow. I wanted to just get out the facts. "Hey, you'd be great. Come to this." Instead, I'm having to step back and really listen to what they are wanting. Anything, Erin, that you'd recommend? Why don't you go through the don'ts, Erin?
Well, speaking negatively about yourself or your business, again, I think, as Sarah said, like the vulnerability piece online can be huge. I think you figure out what's working. If you post, I think we are starting to learn that if you post an outside link to your Facebook wall, not a lot of people see it. Sarah will post, a picture of her, hula hooping, and she'll get 118 likes. And then the next day she'll post a YouTube video of a song that she likes. But because that YouTube video takes the person outside of Facebook, only like 3 or 4 people will actually see that on the news feed. So just being mindful of like what's going to be attractive. You know, a lot of these photos, these quick little videos, people want to see what we're doing. People want to see what you're doing. So again, it's not creating this inauthentic facade of like who you of some fake person. This is like you. People actually want to like see the ridiculousness. They want to see the fun. They want to see you in your in all parts of your life. So just balancing those posts, I guess. You know, some days I'll be really honest and do some more vulnerable posting. Sarah similarly, and that's more like, how am I seeking to overcome mental chaos? Or, you know, again, as we're on this health and wellness journey with other people, it's also being honest. We don't want to, Sarah and I are not done, you know, just like my mom at 62 is not done or has it figured out. So that's where the authentic posts, the vulnerable posts on Facebook can be huge, because I personally want people to know that I'm on the journey with them, that I'm not, there's no like ahead or behind. It's like, hey, we're on this journey together, let's learn together. And so those posts just being, you know, I don't know, does that help on the positivity, yet also bringing in some vulnerable posts that just gets dialogue, because then people connect when they know that they're not alone in their struggle or when they're challenged. So another piece, just like for Sarah and I, we've been really intentional about not posting on our wall, you know, very much about buy your kit soon, or, you know, have this little promo going on, buy your kit soon, here's the link, you know, or a photo of the starter kit. We have avoided that for about the last, actually for most of our business growing. We've both kind of avoided that. And it seemed to work extremely well for us. People still know that we're in business, because instead we'll post things like, just finished up a great coffee session with my business partner, or coffee work session, or an oily work session, and that just including oily work session in that post of a picture of like our coffee and our computer or whatever, that they're seeing it. They're getting engaged. They know that Sarah and Aaron are in business. We didn't have to post a picture of the starter kit. We didn't have to post a link to the Young Living website or whatever. So anyway, that's just one thought, is that it's just patience on this journey. That it's not a get on for 9 minutes and post like a link in each one of your groups or each one of your pages or whatever. Instead, it's like, all right, hey, I think not spending those 9 minutes like reaching out to 3 different people that you've been afraid to contact would be a better use of your time, and doing a lifestyle post about some picture you took during the day. Anyway.
Like a crazy picture at Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to check Aaron's wall after this. Add Aaron and Sarah and I as friends on Facebook after this call tonight. You can see all of our crazy adventures in Disneyland on the weekend. We had a great time. And I think that's part of it too, Aaron, is like you were saying about just really pouring into the places where you're afraid to reach out to people, or those personal connections. Something else that I've really appreciated both of you doing with your Facebook classes and with the things that you do for the online versions of the Living Well Now offerings, you do a lot of follow-up and sample giving. So instead of, what can I add to my order this month for you, which is a really huge no-no in network marketing, because it doesn't really encourage value to the other person in finding, having their own kit and their own resource and their own virtual office, their own way to order. You guys do an awesome job of, hey, I'd be happy to send you a sample of that oil so that you could experience it, and then following up with them and asking them how they liked it. Would you say that's part of helping build relationships too?
Yeah, definitely. I've done a lot of sending samples and then checking in with people. And I really only send either the sample sachet, or I'll send maybe like 6 to 10 drops in a little dram. And yeah, and then I just follow up. But yeah, I think we've only ordered for people not even a handful of times since since I started 6 years ago, like just using oils.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just really appreciate you sharing that, because I think sometimes the misnomer is that, especially when you see other people posting, I have this great product, that we want to get it into people's hands the easiest way. And so if we post a link to our website or a link to order now or whatever, we think that's the best way. And what I hear you saying is the investment of time that you're giving to the relationship and asking questions and then responding with samples or follow-up or phone call, so the phone calls, again, off of Facebook has been most effective.
Yeah, exactly. And then I have some specific social media reminders, if I can go through those really quickly, Anne.
Yes, will you have people write those down too? If you're in a place where you can take notes, this is an important thing to write down. All of this, I've already taken notes myself, so please, you might need to re-listen to this call later too. So go ahead, Sarah. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, and I could post some of these things in the event page too. But the first thing I would do is make your profile picture a picture of you. If you're trying to build your brand, you are the brand. It's not the product. It's not your kids. It's you. People want to know who you are and they want to trust you. So seeing a picture of you in your Facebook profile is very, very important. So if you have a picture of your kids, definitely post that stuff on your timeline, but make it a picture of you, not the product or anything, just you in the profile picture. Super important. And then, and this is all taken from Amber Boyd's social media video. And then in your cover photo, you want to just put an inspiring quote, something that doesn't have anything to do with Young Living or the product. You really want to get rid of the pictures that if you do have product pictures on your page, you want to get rid of them, because you don't want people to think, like, as soon as they come to your profile, oh, this person is just going to try to sell me something. So post, an inspiring quote or picture up above on your cover photo. And then on the side of your wall where it says your work, this is where I really recommend people putting health and business coach. And either if you have a page or a Facebook page, you can post that there too. Health and business coach with Young Living essential oils. And I would steer away from using Young Living distributor, because to me that it doesn't, even though that's what we are, it doesn't really say what we do. We mentor people in their businesses, and we also coach people in their health. We don't carry inventory of oils and directly sell to people. So I really like the health and business coach or natural health and business educators, whatever you want to come up with, but that's what I like personally. So those are...
Sarah, that's something that Living Well Now is working on with our branding too, of being health and business coaches. So if you want to do what we're doing, that's what we're using. Health and business coaches with Young Living essential oils. So I'll just throw that in there too.
Awesome, Ange. And then there's some social media reminders, what Erin was saying before, the lifestyle-based posts. So I go with the 90-10 rule, which means pretty much daily I'm posting a picture or a video of our lifestyle, of what Erin and I are doing, just we're having fun, or a vulnerable story or a video or something like that. And 10% of the time, so maybe 4 to 6 posts a month, are something either essential oil related or business related, and they're subliminal. They're like what Erin was saying, oh, I love working, my favorite business partner in the whole world is my husband, Aaron Lehman, and then a picture of us being silly at the coffee shop. People like that,
or getting serious at the coffee shop.
We like that. So it's not just about other people. We are really being authentic, and I think that's the thing to remember is if a post does not feel authentic to you, you're about to write it, don't post it. Really let it come from your heart and be authentic. But yeah, so the 10 rule is.
Can I just chime in on the authentic posting? Like, and I know not everybody has this sort of time, but some of my longest posts that, for like my most vulnerable posts, I sometimes will ponder those and work on those for a good 45 minutes to an hour. It may be a little crazy, but like, speaking of thoughtful, I just wanted to throw that out, that sort of intention of like being honest about who we are and sharing who we are with others is really what draws. I mean, if I can't meet them up for coffee, but they can drop in and read like a post that I've really put my heart and soul into, there's a connection that happens. So
Mm-hmm.
sorry, chime that in.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. Yeah, and so with that 10% rule, it's the don't would be to post, oh, I have a last minute promo, who wants it, or I'm adding to my order, or something like that, or I have even gotten away from using the like a picture of frankincense, on my personal page, and like, I'm good, I support skin, or for those monthly times, and a picture of that. Like, I've actually steered away from that on my personal page, and I've done more videos of, oh, look at my diffuser on my couch, this is what I'm doing for my energy today. So I've done more making it personal, not just taking a picture from Flickr or from somewhere else, but really just making it about us and our lifestyle and how we're incorporating business and oils and friendship in that. And, okay, so the second social media reminder would be spend 10 minutes a day having small conversations on Facebook. So making friendly comments on people's pictures, or compliment people. I literally will go on Facebook and say, okay, I have 10 minutes. I'm looking through different people who I find inspiring. So it's not just anybody. It's really people who I say, I want to work with that person. That person has such good positive vibes, and they're inspiring, and I can see them being so successful in this. Those are the people that I'm commenting on their pictures, and I truly mean what I say. If it's pictures of their kids, and it makes them, it helps build a trust with us, that then they start to comment and see what Erin and I are doing. So that's been really important to us as well.
Yeah, love that. And I'll also chime in that we all know, like or at least in my case, my Facebook Messenger gets pretty packed. And so I literally have to set aside some time every day. Are we still live? Ange? Ange, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. And
all right, now we're back. I think Andrea, yeah, we just got a text message, so I think it took us off for a second.
I know. Andrea's trying to find a place to eat in Hawaii. Oh, my goodness. The world is...
Can you guys hear us, Michelle? Cool.
All right.
Okay, Lisa's still on. All right, so keep going then.
Well, I was just going to say, like...
And then we'll close out.
Sounds good. I was just going to say that the messages piece is huge. Just really being intentional. It's a bit insane, maybe a little crazy, but Mom, that probably took us off again. She could hear us.
Yeah. Let me just...
Tell.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so anyway, I just really feel like the messages, that's where I'm building relationships. And, had a mentor tell me once, like, literally just focus on relationship building and see, and people are going to, over time, today I literally reached out with a gal that I studied with in Spain back in 2002. And I think maybe a year and a half ago, I might have reached out to her initially, maybe December of 14, and we had a little bit of an interaction then. And then she just popped in my mind today, and I sent her a personal message just to see like how she was doing, and checked in about if she's playing tennis still, and she writes me this message back, and they're expecting their second child, and then she says, hey, been hearing lots of good things about essential oils. Would you be able to have some time to teach me more? And I'm like, are you joking me? So it's that sort of intentionality. I feel like Facebook is a gold mine of beautiful people, of inspiring people, and of people just like you and I that need body, mind, spirit, wellness support. And I know that Young Living has been incredibly effective and incredibly supportive of me on that journey. And so by sharing with other people, humbly and patiently, I know I'm doing good work. And so anyway, that's what grounds me out when I'm reaching out to people and letting go of the fear, because a lot of people get stuck. A lot of people get stuck in fear, and so we have to keep doing the personal development to move to a place of love and support, and just reaching out humbly, reaching out patiently, and I think that's the ultimate. That'll carry us to the ranks of diamond in 4 years. That'll carry us to the ranks of gold. Whatever our personal goals are, we can make them happen.
Aaron, that's so inspiring. Thank you for those words, and just about overcoming those things that hold us back, whatever they might be. Sarah, one of my favorite posts that you've made recently is about being the kind of kid that would avoid school. I think you said this on Facebook. You would avoid school because you didn't want to speak in public, and now you're presenting in front of large groups on a regular basis. And just the growth that you've experienced personally has been so cool to be part of, and just really enjoy your journey.
Yeah, thank you, Ange.
Love you both very, very much. We usually keep our Wednesday Wisdom calls to about 30 minutes. And so we're going to, and because the Diamond Dinner is getting ready to start in Hawaii, we must be done with our call. Just kidding. I'm cracking up. Andrea and Andy are having a great time. Again, follow them on Facebook as well. It's so neat to see what they're up to, and all the cool things that are coming out of that time with the other Diamonds and Above leaders in Kona. But Aaron and Sarah, thank you for your amazing insights, and specifically those top tips that can really help us take attraction marketing and network marketing and relationship building to the next level, and we know that it has direct effects then on our business and our success as well. So thank you for that as well. Anything that you would add in closing tonight?
I think the last piece is it took me a while to be comfortable with network marketing in general, and so I would say just really do all the personal development you can do to become a network marketing professional and own it, and just.
Oh, about your Eric Worre, that's great. What you were sharing about reading the GoPro book?
Oh yeah,
like in the fall, I think.
Yeah, this is the final piece. Is just I read the GoPro book, or listened to the audio, I want to say about a year ago, and when I listened to that, I realized that I was a poser. He talks about posers and amateurs in this business, and before that, I really thought, I'm doing this business, but in reality, I was actually scared of what people thought of me doing network marketing. And once I got over that fear, people start, like my parents, people I thought that would be like against what I'm doing are like, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. Look at the person you've become. And so if I have anything to really say to you is that just do personal development and be confident and just own it and know that you have a gift to share with people and that they want to receive your gift.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, you two. You're awesome leaders and awesome siblings and loving family members, and we can't wait to see you in a couple more weeks.
Thanks for having us on. Thanks for everybody who came. We're grateful to be on the learning journey with all of you. Definitely.
Yep, and grateful to you for the ways that you do these online classes for Living Well Now. Events can be found under the Living Well Now page, and the events that are listed there. I know we've got some upcoming live classes Thursday and Saturday here in Peoria, Arizona, but you'll be bringing us some other great online stuff soon, I'm sure.
All right.
Sounds
Everyone have a
great.
good night.
Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Adios.